First things first, talking about the most anticipated family reunion in years. Bucs Patriots, Brady Belichick, friends and or foes, we'll never really know. Fox Bet Sportsbook has Tampa favored by 7 points Sunday night in Foxborough. So much familiarity between coach and quarterback. They only dominated the league for like 20 years. So it only makes sense the mind games between the two will be on point as soon as Tom steps on the field Sunday night. Just ask Bill Belichick.
Certainly Tom has an intimate knowledge of everything that we do here, more so than any other player in the league by far. So I'm sure he'll use it to his advantage. I would expect him to. I don't think it will be in our best interest to go in there and do everything differently than we've done it all year. I think what we need to do is continue to do things that we do and do them better. That would help us more than anything else. So we'll try to do.
Such a zealous man. And with that, we welcome in our coach, our mind game specialist, our big game guru, former Patriots coach, Eric Mangini. Coach, good morning to you. Welcome. What is Belichick telling his team as they head into Sunday's game? I have to imagine it's something more than, if you guys get a chance, can you please do me a solid and beat Brady? I feel like it's more complicated than that.
Yeah, it might be a little bit more specific than that. It's so strange to talk about New England upsetting Tampa Bay, especially considering the fact that they're home. There's so many intriguing things about this game, but let's start with New England's offense and what they're going to have to do to beat Tampa, and it starts with Mac Jones, and he's really going to have to be able to deal with pressure and tight man-to-man coverage. They haven't given up a ton of sacks, but they're one of the worst teams in the league in terms of quarterback hurries and the amount of times he's getting hit. So what happens with young players is when they show a weakness, everybody's going to attack that weakness until you show that it's fixed. And the tight man coverage, people are going to play that until you show that you can take advantage of it and actually throw the ball down the field. So let's take a look at a play from the New Orleans game. And in this example, New Orleans gets up and they've got 8 potential blitzers that can come. So they can bring pressure from a lot of different ways, and that's something that Mac Jones has to sort out at the line of scrimmage. And then there's the tight man-to-man coverage. And the reason you like this is because now there's no easy and quick answers for Mac Jones. He can't just get rid of the ball right now. So he's got to hold the ball a little longer, and New Orleans ends up only bringing 5 players. But you can see as he tries to step up, he gets hit, the ball flutters, and now it's an interception. And this is going to continue to happen throughout the course of the year until he shows that he can handle pressure and until he shows that he can throw the ball down the field against tight man-to-man coverage and make him pay. Everybody's going to do it. So that's his challenge. And then in terms of the Patriots defense, their challenge is a little bit different. And I know Bill said we're going to do what we do and we're going to do it a little bit better. Yeah, not necessarily. They're going to have to disguise their coverage against Brady, because if he knows, it goes. And he's the best at this. And he does have intimate knowledge of what they do. So the disguise is the first thing they have to do. And then the second thing is they've got to be able to push the pocket. And I'll show you an example of New England doing a good job of this and something that could carry over. And this is a play against Miami. It's in the end of the first half. And the concept will carry over with pushing the pocket. And what you're going to see is here's the disguise element. They only have 1 player down. They've got 1 defensive lineman down. Everybody else is standing up, so they could either rush, they could drop, you could mix it up. And then they put Judon and Uche inside. These are the 2 team leaders in sacks. Now they can work the guards, they can work games, do a lot of things with them. Here comes the internal pressure. They're going to bring the defensive back internally and try to get the quarterback off the spot. Now what happens is the back free releases, so the outside linebacker is going to peel with the back, and the defensive back is going to wrap around. But at the end of the day, this is the result. You've got pressure in the middle of the pocket, you're pushing the pocket, and they're not worried about containing. You can run left, you can run right, and usually when I'm talking about Mahomes, it's so important to keep in the pocket. This is exactly opposite. And now here it is. Can the money that you spent beat the money that you saved? And they're going to need big plays out of a guy like Matt Judon, and then he's going to have to produce at a very high level. But in order for them to be successful, doing what you do and doing it better, that's not really a formula. But look, you can't expect Bill to talk about what they're going to do, but it's got to look different, and it's got to look different throughout the course of the game.
But that's it.
All right, that was excellent, as these have been every week. I look forward to this every Thursday. Can we go back though to the first play, the play with the Patriots offense? Because and we can roll it while I ask Coach a question. I think my question is, can the Patriots receivers beat man-to-man? Because if you watch Jacoby Myers on this play, he's number 16. He's supposed to run a rub route and get someone else open, essentially set a pick. He gets picked. He's the one who gets picked. He spins around, doesn't finish his route, and we don't play this to the end. And then Jacoby Myers. You're like, well, it's Jacoby Myers. Yeah, but all the Patriots receivers are Jacoby Myers. They just go by Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, N'Keal Harry. They're all the same guy. Like, my question, Coach, is do they have the personnel, even if you handle the blitz or handle the rush, to beat tight man-to-man coverage? Because Jacoby Myers on the tilt-a-whirl there, and what are you going to do?
Well, look, I think you're being a little harsh on Jacoby Myers. I actually think he's done a really good job and does get open a lot of times, and he was open here. And look, this is a man beater. You're trying to rub off the defender and go nice and close to him. You don't want to get knocked out while you're doing it or knocked back while you're doing it. Yeah. And there's things that you can do formationally to beat man-to-man coverage, stacks, bunches. There's a lot of things. Look, Josh McDaniels does a great job with game planning, but it comes down to the outside in a lot of ways. You've got to hit somebody deep. You've got to make somebody pay deep in order for people to start thinking twice about doing it, and they haven't done that. They've thrown the ball deep, but they haven't hit it, and the NFL is unforgiving.
They've hit
you
some
will get
cheerleaders.
volume and volume and volume of whatever your weakness is until you make somebody pay and until you show you fix that weakness.
All right, Coach, I love the points. I thought they were great. It was a great game plan, but I think it does fall under the category of Mike Tyson's everybody's got a plan until they get hit. All right, and I think Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are going to put it on New England badly. I think Brady, I'm predicting 350 to 450 yards and 4 touchdowns. You know Brady well. How much do you think he wants to go out there and not just win the game, but really punish New England and look great individually while doing it?
Yeah, without a doubt, he wants to do that, and he's, if he can hang 50, he'll hang 50. And look, Bruce Arians, I'm sure, has a little motivation too. You heard in the press conference that it's not Bruce Arians' offense, it's New England's offense, and once they put New England's offense in, that's when they started to win. So I'm sure he doesn't feel excited about that comment or happy that was said. And when you go against a New England defense, when you go against Bill, you appreciate it because it's game plan specific. It's well thought out. The guys are disciplined. They're smart. They can do multiple things. So it's different than playing a defense that's just vanilla. When you beat this defense, there's a level of accomplishment that's distinct from other defenses around the league. And look, Tom's the best of the best at identifying what you do and then attacking it. Now, the other thing I'd say is New England should probably play something different in the second half that they didn't show in the first half, because when Tom goes into the locker room and talks about it, he'll come out and be able to light it up even more. And we used to do that sometimes against Peyton Manning. Do one thing in the first half, let him go talk about it, come out and do something totally different in the second half.
Yeah. They'll probably want to switch it up.
Brady and Belichick is more Princess Bride.
I agree.
Than anything else. It really is. Oh, you think he's going to do that? I know he thinks what I think I'm going to do. Coach, stay right here. We got much more Patriots talk still to come. Probably butchered that line. Why wouldn't Bill Belichick meet face-to-face with Tom Brady before they went their separate ways? We'll ask these guys next. This is First Things First.